Is that thing even gonna fit under there? We may have to mount it on the roof, make a roof air out of it. I think there's plenty of room up there. Okay, there it is. Condenser's in there. You can't really see it down through there. But if you look through there, see the black part, radiator's the silver part. Condenser's the black part, so it tucks up in there good. You can't even really tell it. Got all the pulleys, belts on, alternators mounted in place, air conditioner's mounted in place, everything's mounted up. So now we're ready to start putting the part under the back. Well, I don't guess you'd call it under the back, under the dash. We'll start making the brackets to get it mounted. Everything be good to go.
All right, here we are back on the 40 model. Yeah, I know, it's been a while. Don't get on to us too bad. But we're trying to get the head unit mounted under the dash. The way they had it before, they got a piece of wood bolted. The car ain't built out of wood, no. It's a steel car. But they had wood they bolted to the firewall and then had the old heating. It was just a heating unit screwed to the wood holding it. And then they slicked over the firewall to hide the bolts. So what we're doing is, our unit's a lot bigger being heat and air. So we're having to build a bracket. We'll go over here to our table and show you what I'm talking about. We use this little cardboard template here, but we've got it bolted to the head unit here. This is actual bottom side. So we're going to make a piece of metal look something like this cardboard. We're going to have it turned down, bolt it to each side of the head unit, like so. And then this piece up here is going to have a slight, we're going to give it a slight angle like that, and we're going to bolt it to the dash. And hopefully that's going to be enough support. If we have to, we're going to add a little elbow holding it and screw it to that piece of wood they got in there. But there's the metal. We've started cutting here. I don't know if you can tell, but there's going to be our cut. That's going to be our little leg. It folds down and bolts to it. There it is. Alright, let's get it cut out. Get it done, Jason. Get it done. Get your safety goggles. Yeah, Jason don't like to cut all the way through. You know, saving blades.
Saving blades, yeah.
What gauge is that steel? Do you remember?
14?
I'm thinking it's 14 gauge steel we're using there. I don't know if that what's left that sticker. No, don't look like it. Voila.
Yeah, make sure you grind that sharp edge. Okay, important safety tip. If you ever cut your metal like that, make sure you file them edges because you will slice a finger in a heartbeat.
Why do I always get the grunt work?
I was the one running the grinder.
You had the easiest tools.
Wah, 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 wah. Note to self, pick up drapes and crying towels.
Said earlier, we got to give it a little bit of a bend so we can bolt it to the dash, but we got to angle the box, so we're having to bend that little flange a little bit. Of course, you work with what you got. We don't have no metal brake, so anybody out there in the YouTube world feels sorry for us. We'll get us a nice metal brake,
Or know of a good deal on one.
or know of a good deal on one. I think that'll be plenty, Jason. That's gonna be close. Alright.
Custom.
Custom. You know, we can go ahead and bend them ears while we're here.
Yeah. How far do we need to go up? Let's set it on.
Well, I measured to where it needs to bend. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come over here and lay it down just on it,
I
just
thought
to be
they
sure.
would take the cardboard off. We're ready for it to come off.
Lay it on top there. Got it backwards, but there you go. Sorry, people. He's backwards.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got our bracket in place, intact. Now we're gonna pull it off, weld it. Here's the other side view. So we're gonna weld them, nip the edges off, clean her up, spray some paint on it, be ready.
Oh, turn the gas off.
Gas is off, turn the gas off. Turn it back on. Alright, we got it welded, ground. We're gonna set it up here and see what it looks like. See if we need to do anything a little extra before we spray some black on her. That's what she's looking like. Got it notched out for the drains. Bolts in on the side here. And like I said, this part's gonna bolt to the dash, and then we'll make an L bracket come off from here. Alright, we're gonna test fit this thing in here. See how close we are. It's good from here. How about from there? Can't really get you a good angle under here. There's what it's looking like. Hard to really show anything up under the dash.
I think we need to slide our plate back a little bit on our box.
Yeah.
So our box will come up a little closer.
Box needs to come closer to the dash.
Yeah, because we're against the firewall right there.
Okay, here we have got it set in place. Got it clamped in. We still got to make our bracket now to come from this plate to go to the firewall, so we don't have no bounce. So we'll get started on that and get it mounted, and everything will be secure, and then we can pull our plate out, make sure everything's tidied up, and be ready to go. Okay, we got our brackets made. There's the kickers, if you want to call them. That's the bracket that goes up under the AC unit, and then these will kick it over to the firewall to help support it. So we're going to get these painted, then we'll be ready to assemble it maybe one last time.
Marketplace paint job.
We're using a high dollar new paint gun that a lot of people recognize. They think it's a spray bomb, as they call it, but it's
people love that new. Is it Rust-Oleum? It's got that huge fan, the turbo.
Yeah,
can.
the turbo can Rust-Oleum.
It's hard to beat the old painter's touch, though.
So we'd really need to try one of those turbo cans to see if it's any better than that. Is it turbo can? Is that what it's called?
You just can't convince me it's better than the painter's touch. I don't think it is.
You know how that newfangled stuff is.
Yeah, people like it right off the bat. Then they always go back to the tried and true.
Mm-hmm.